So today we are talking all about Madeira, which is a top trending destination at the moment and one of our best sellers here at KE. And I think Kerrie, I think you've been wanting to go to Madeira for quite a
Yeah.
while. And so we offer guided and self-guided trips to Madeira, and you recently went on a self-guided trip. So Kerrie is going to answer a few of our questions to tell us a little bit about Madeira. So if you could tell us first about the actual trip itself, what was it?
Well, as you already said, it's self-guided.
Yeah.
But yeah, you basically go on like a mini tour of the island.
Right.
So some of the walks are based in the north of the island, and then some of the walks later on in the week are based in the south of the island. So you kind of like circumnavigate the whole place, which is really cool because you got to see different locations, and yeah, it's actually quite weird, not weird, but it's just the contrast between the north and the south of the island is incredible.
Is it really quite dramatic? Even
though it's quite small,
island, isn't it?
yeah, it's tiny, but yeah, the difference between the north and the south is pretty spectacular.
Oh, amazing. So were you point to point, walking point to point?
No, so some of the walks were done straight from our accommodation,
Right.
and then some of the other walks we'd get picked up, transferred to like a starting point.
Got you.
We'd walk, and then we'd either get picked up or we'd walk to our hotel.
Nice,
So,
lovely. But
yeah.
yeah, you're getting to explore the whole
Yeah.
island. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how hard were the walks? And I think it's a grade 4.
Grade 4.
Yeah.
Yep. So the walks, they're not particularly challenging. You do kind of need to have a bit of a head for heights.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So whilst the terrain is super easy to walk on,
Yeah.
it's basically flat
Yeah.
for the majority of it. There's a little bit of an incline. We had more descents
Okay.
than we had
Mhm.
elevation. But yeah, some of the walks are on like cliff paths.
Right.
So the path is like this wide, and there's a
Yeah.
cliff.
A rather nice drop. Yeah.
Yes, a rather
okay,
big drop.
yeah.
There is the more exposed sections are protected by rails, so that's fine. But it can be a bit like, ooh.
Yeah, so that's where the challenge comes
That's
from.
what,
'Cause
yeah,
you're having to pay attention.
absolutely,
And,
yeah.
Not the actual ascent and descent.
Yeah. And some of the levadas that we walked on, again, you were walking on a narrow strip of concrete, and there was a rail.
Yeah.
And people coming in the opposite directions. That was quite fun.
Of course, breathing.
Yeah. Yeah. But I say it's all perfectly safe, and as long as you're got your wits about you.
Yeah, because I think it's a moderate trek, isn't it? So who is it good for? Who would you say it suits?
I think it would be really good for people that have never done a walking holiday before, have never been to Madeira before, or have never done self-guided before, because
Right.
it's a really nice introduction to all of it.
Yeah.
Really.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. And so presumably then you were staying in a different place every evening, were you? If you were exploring the
For the
whole
most
island?
part, yeah.
Yeah.
So when we got to Porto de Cruz, which is the first place that you visit, we were there for 2 nights. And then as you move on, it was 1 night in each place until we got to Funchal, and we were there for 2 nights as well.
Lovely. And what was the accommodation like? I've seen some pictures.
I mean, it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was really good. We stayed in like I think it was rated as a 2-star, like family run hotel, and that was for a 2-star. It was really nice.
Nice, yeah.
It was really simple.
That lovely family.
Yeah. It was really simple, but it had everything you needed, and it was right next to the beach. We had our like a window open. You could just hear like the waves crashing.
Oh, lovely.
Like, yeah, it was amazing.
So nice.
And then some of the other accommodations were like 3, 4, even a 5-star.
You had a 5-star.
I know. And yeah, it was
Nice. And if you had swimming pools, right?
Yep.
You could have a little dip.
Yep.
Nice.
If they didn't have their own swimming pool, like the one in Porto de Cruz, it's right next to like these natural pools that have been like not built into the lava, but it's they're kind of just there ready for you.
So you go for a little swim there.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So were you on bed and breakfast basis?
Yes.
For each of them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was the food like throughout the trip?
So I mean, I'm surprised. I'm glad we were walking every day, because if we weren't, I probably would have
What's it like that?
would have put on quite a lot of weight.
It always helps, that doesn't it? Get a few kilometers.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, like the breakfasts were in some of the like the 4 or 5 stars, but they had, it was like a big buffet breakfast, and you could literally there was literally everything
you could wish for.
Everything, yeah,
wonderful.
even cakes, which
I'm not against cake for breakfast.
Exactly, yeah. But no, it was great, and even in the first hotel, the 2-star hotel, breakfast was great. There was breads you could order, ham, cheese, scrambled eggs.
Yeah, everything you needed.
Yeah,
a good setup for the day.
Absolutely, yeah. Because we had such a nice breakfast, big breakfast, and because the walks weren't that demanding.
Yes.
We didn't really need to take lunch with us.
Oh, fab.
We did on the first day, and we practically forgot to eat it.
Yeah,
sure. So we just took like snacks with us, and
eat
then
them as you go.
Yeah,
along the trail.
yeah, and then once we finished our walk and checked into our new hotel, we'd go for a mooch, freshen up, and then have a really nice dinner. And what was nice about it, from like the self-guided point of view, is that we didn't really have any time restrictions. Some days, when we were getting picked up, we had to be at a certain place at a certain time. But again, we never felt rushed.
Yeah. So if you saw somewhere along the way, you could stop if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And exactly.
Yeah.
So what kind of food were you eating in the evenings then? Was it good food?
Everything. I mean, Madeira is like very well known for its seafood.
Of course.
So yeah, we had mussels, limpets. My friend wasn't that keen on limpets. She tried them. Give her due. She tried them. But yeah, they have the black scabbard fish as well, which is like a local thing, and that's served in like a really light batter with bananas.
Okay, wasn't expecting to say
I
that.
know. So it sounds weird because it's some of them. Sometimes it's served with bananas and like this passion fruit jus, which you wouldn't really put with fish, but trust me, it works.
Worth a try.
It is incredible.
Good tip.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
But yeah, so we just the food was
fab,
amazing.
So other than the fish with bananas, what other highlights were there for you on the trip?
The punch is pretty good.
Yeah. Another strong highlight.
Yes. Yes. Again, it's something else that Madeira is well known for because they make rum, and we tried the poncha. Yes, it's
nice.
It's got a bit of a kick to it. Yes.
Lovely.
But yeah, like the whole trip was a highlight. Like Madeira there's a reason why it's so popular. Yeah, it's incredible.
I mean, some of like the pictures of all the flowers that you saw and everything, because obviously it's a little bit later on, but that's the amazing thing about Madeira is it is beautiful.
Well, this is it. Like I could only imagine what it's like in the spring when it's completely in bloom, because it was stunning, and we went at the end of October.
Yeah, quite incredible.
Yeah,
very unique.
Yeah.
What can you recommend to everyone then who's thinking about, because I'm sure there's a lot of people thinking about going to Madeira either this year or next year in the future, what kind of things can you recommend to them?
Firstly, to not think about it and just do it.
Just get it booked.
Just get it booked.
Won't regret it.
Yeah. I definitely recommend booking some like additional days in Funchal.
Okay, fab.
Because I guess it depends on like flight times as well. But we had a really early flight on the Tuesday when we left, so we only really had a bit of an evening and a day.
And it is nice to explore, isn't
it? And we definitely didn't have enough time to do everything, because Funchal it's such a cool, vibrant, lively place, and there's so much to do, and we just kind of like scratched off a little bit of what it has to offer. So I definitely have more days in Funchal for sure.
Anything else?
Yeah. Be prepared for the weather.
Oh, did you get different?
Yes. It's again, because the island is so small, and because of where it is, and because of the mountains, the weather is incredibly changeable.
Right. Okay. So literally could be one thing in the morning, and by the afternoon it could be totally different. Okay.
Yeah. We had. Prepared. I mean, even at the end of October, the weather that we had, the temperatures was like early to mid-20s.
Right. Okay.
So it was actually quite nice for walking.
Yeah.
It wasn't
it's a
too
lovely
hot.
walking temperature,
Wasn't
isn't
too
it?
hot, but you know, we were in shorts and t-shirt like
Mhm.
the entire week,
Mhm.
apart from when it rained.
Okay. Yeah.
Which it did, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, we had a couple of days when it rained.
Yeah.
One day was torrential,
Okay.
so we decided not to walk that day, which
Ah,
again
fab.
is
Yeah.
another benefit of the self-guided,
Yeah.
because we just got took straight to our hotel,
Brilliant.
and spent the morning in the spa.
Oh, that sounds like a very nice
So, you know,
idea.
you know, it has its benefits.
Yeah, exactly. That's the great thing about not being stuck to a schedule.
Exactly,
Yeah, brilliant.
exactly. But yeah, there were a couple of other days where we had a few short, sharp showers, but it was, you know, that was it really.
Yeah,
The rest
and as long as you're prepared,
exactly.
you're all right.
Yep.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
You're
You've
welcome.
answered all my questions. I want to go.
You should.
Yeah, definitely need to go.
I'm already planning like next year's
Next
trip.
trip.
Yeah, 100% going to go back.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
It does look so beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you have any further questions for Kerrie, either pop them in a comment in the bottom or ring the office, and I'm sure Kerrie will be very happy to chat to you all about Madeira. But that is all for now. Thank you, Kerrie, and thank you for watching.